How's it going, guys? So today we're going to be looking at a topic that actually came up on my Instagram that I personally feel I just don't agree with. This is art. This is very dumb. Whoever made this is very stupid. Now, if you know Instagram, it's basically like Twitter, but it's just with pictures, more pictures. That's all Instagram really has become. It's just Twitter with pictures. Honestly, it's like that everywhere. The internet now is a very toxic place, but it doesn't really matter to me because I really don't give a shit. But if you follow me on my social medias, you'll know that I do follow politics and I do follow, I'm on my Instagram a lot because that's what I do. I don't have Snapchat and I go on my Twitter sometimes, but I'm not always on Twitter. Instagram is normally my go-to thing, but this kind of struck me as odd and just really stupid. Now, the topic I'm going to be covering today is a post that came up that was shared on the feeds or the stories of one of the people I follow on my Instagram. And of course, I'm not going to tell you who they are because their personal identity should be kept secret. But they are a person that I do know in real life, but I do not agree with what they say in this wholeheartedly. Before we get into this, I got into this very strange analytics page, and it shows me that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to my YouTube channel. So go subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get much better content than I am posting right now and less more serious. So I talk on basically a bunch of stuff, but go subscribe because it would really help me out and it would help me grow my channel. And go follow my Discord in the description below so I can help connect with you guys and just blatantly talk to you guys. Thank you. Now, the post that we're going to be talking about today is a post about reverse racism. If you don't know what reverse racism is, it's essentially racism towards white people. A bunch of people have been coming out and say reverse racism or racism towards white people cannot exist or does not exist, which, to be honest, it's blatantly untrue, and it's very ignorant for people to think like that. But anyways, let's take a look at this very ignorant Instagram post. A thread, why reverse racism does not exist. It's literally impossible to be racist to a white person. Sorry to say, but you already shot yourself in the foot. It's because of my skin color that you cannot be racist towards me, which blatantly is racist. Racism is based on a couple of things: historical, systemic oppression, and power. As far as human history goes, white people have never been persecuted for the color of their skin, so there's no point comparing their experiences to those of black, brown, and indigenous folks. Sorry to say again, but your facts are invalid. Racism is not based on power or whatever the fuck else you said. It's not based on that. Let's look at the actual definition term. That's all I could come up with. The definition term of racism. Racism, prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people on the basics of their membership of a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. The belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish themselves as inferior or superior to one another. I'll give you 3 examples of racism. Adolf Hitler was a blatant racist because he thought of himself a descendant of the Aryan race, blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. Because he thought himself a descendant of the, Aryan race, he was a racist towards everyone. He thought his race was superior to everyone. That's why, he killed the Jews, he killed gypsies, he killed Soviets, he killed everyone because he thought he was superior to everyone else. During the 1960s, African Americans were blatantly experiencing prejudice in America because that's the time period we were in. During the 1920s and early 1900s, the Irish were even experienced harsh racism, even Germans after World War I and World War II. So these are some actual examples of racism. So thus the definitionary, is that what you say? The definition term of racism blatantly wipes away all that you just said. History, racial oppression, and what was the third one? I don't really even know. It blatantly wipes away of what you said racism was. And guess what? That's not what racism is. Racism is when you think you are superior to someone else, or someone else says they are superior to you because of their skin color. How can people of color be racist towards whites in a societal system designed to benefit only white people? They can't. Since the beginning of time, whites have been in power and people of color have lived under systemic forms of oppression that will keep them down in society. Whites have never experienced this. So this person clearly did not pay enough attention in history class to save their life. But humanity originated right out of Africa, and they moved to the, Mesopotamia and became kings and queens. So this notion, kings and queens or emperors. So this notion that whites have been in power since the beginning of time is completely false, because a fucking sophomore in high school just fucking debunked you. And whoever the fuck wrote this is probably a fucking 23-year-old college student fucking studying gender studies, being like, hey, yeah, we're gonna societal oppressions and why racists, and just writing racist articles and racist shit all over the internet. And it's completely retarded. And yes, eventually, white people and Europeans eventually took over, Rome and Greece and everything like that. And eventually to Europe, and then causing mass migrations over to the United States and North America. Yes, that's when white people truly began to take over, and people decided to get this clouded thoughts that they were better than other people, which, is blatantly racist, and it's a terrible thing in human history, but it's just a part of human history. You just cannot change human history. And also, name me a single law or a single constitutional amendment or anything that blatantly says only white people are allowed to do this in the United States. In any state or anything. And don't go back down to the Jim Crow laws that have been abolished since, the 1960s, or redlining and stuff like that. Don't go back down there. Tell me one that is enacted now that says only white people can do it. I'll wait. Actually, no, I can't. Because by the time you'd find one that you'd pull out of a fucking pony's ass, I would be gray and fucking 90 years old. Because there is none. There is no law that states only white people are allowed to do this. Or only black people can be, charged for this crime. Because there is none. Racism, honestly, people want to make it out that it's so big in this country, and yes, there are racists in America. It's just they're racist in every single country. But racism, to be honest, it's on its lifeline. And that's the truth. And of course, I already know there's going to be some 15, 16-year-old girls in the comments going, you need to go and educate yourself on the issues of racism in this country. If you could blatantly see there is racism in this country, and there is no racism towards white people in this country, you bigoted idiot who doesn't know his facts. Get it right. Which makes it sound like it's coming straight out of a 9-year-old losing an argument in a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 match. As soon as we begin to interrogate issues of racism, people get uncomfortable with it. It's your default reaction in these discussions is to see white people as victims of reverse racism. Educate yourself. Get a deep understanding of what racism is and how it impacts different communities. Of course, people get uncomfortable when talking about racism. It's a very touchy subject and it affects many different people, like you said. It affects many different communities because they still have to, remember the past and things like that. But blatantly saying that, racism will never affect a white person, or you can't be racist to a white person, is blatantly fucking retarded in saying that. Am I saying that, oh no, you are a racist and you just can't, do whatever? Or am I saying that racism is not an issue in this country? Of course not. There are always issues with countries. And honestly, yes, there are racists. You know what, guys? Racism will always exist. It is, as long as there is many different, nationalities or fucking minorities or whatever, people are going to think they are superior to someone else because they have a different skin color or they are a certain type of person. Because there are pieces of shit out there who think they are better than everyone else. Just like that piece of shit bully who is in your high school gym class. To every white person reading this, don't try to be a victim. You have privilege. Accept it and make small changes every day to recognize it. Affirmative action is not racist. Stereotypes and biases of whites are not racist. By claiming they are, whites ignore the truth behind real racism. what privileges as a white person do I exactly have? If I'm, fucking knee deep in poverty and can't afford clothes or can't afford food and shit like that, what do you think I'm gonna do? Pull out my "but I'm white" card and suddenly I live in $1 million houses and can feed myself to, my heart's content? Fuck no, because there is no such thing as a "but I'm white" card or something like that, because we are all human beings and nobody has a privilege over one another. Even if you're rich or poor, you do not have a blatant fucking thing above someone else because they are, fucking have another skin color. There are many rich black people out there, and there are many rich white people, Latino, Asian, and guess what? They are technically ones who have true privilege in life. And this is my backstory. Did this person writing this have to live pretty much in a basement with black mold, my brother getting sick all the time because there was black mold everywhere and we couldn't afford everything we wanted? That is not privilege. Honestly, if the economy drops and a bunch of shit, I will be probably living with my grandparents again, with a black mold infested basement and fucking a bunch of shit. Because even though I have white skin, I am not a person of privilege because I have white skin. It's blatantly bullshit and racist for somebody to think because I have white skin, I have privilege. It's bullshit. Yes, because the true definition of racism, as I said, is when one culture or one, person thinks he is better than someone else because of their, nationality, beliefs, or skin color. This fucking piece of shit, whoever made this, is a blatant racist towards white people, and people don't bring enough cause or thought into the thought of reverse racism. No matter what skin color you may have, no matter what ideology or religion you may have, when thinking yourself better than someone else, you are a racist, no matter what you think, no matter what religion you are, what nationality or skin color. If you think you are better than that person because of it, you are a piece of shit racist. That's all I have to say. Well, sorry guys, I'm sorry I had to make such a serious video, but this blatantly, it pissed me off because it's just bullshit for people to think like this and to think because of somebody's skin color, they can't experience racism like white people. White people can experience just as much racism as black, Latino, or Asian, or anyone else because we are human beings and there are piece of shit human beings who do try to denounce you or make you feel bad because of your skin color. But I want to thank you all for watching, and if you liked it, make sure you go like, subscribe, and follow me on my Discord, and follow me on social medias, and as I said, follow me on my Discord, I guess. But join my Discord so I can connect with you guys in the community, and we can join like a large community together, and we can all talk to each other and have a great time. Follow me on my social medias, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And before I say that, go tell me your thoughts and comments Tell me your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.